So Dr. Motiwala, running short of time, and that's always good because we are to the point and we are very sharp. Okay.
Right.
So thank you firstly that you came here to share your secret sauce. Okay. So the 5,000 crores opportunity, that's what some Google data says about dental tourism in India. So let's go back and try to understand what was the big, what has changed in the last decade that made India to stand out for dental treatment? Is it cost, quality, or credibility?
Cost is a major factor, but definitely when you get into the medical field in US, there are many doctors who have increased the credibility and the value factor of the Indian doctors. So the Western world, by that I mean is the US, UK and Australia. That's where mostly the medical tourism comes from, the higher level. So they have developed a lot of confidence in Indian doctors because of our Indian doctors practicing there, and they have been doing better than others there.
Yeah. The reason why I requested Dr. Motiwala to be part of this particular session is where I know that close to 80 to 90% of your patients are international patients, and majorly most of them are from US and Europe and Australia. Am I correct, sir?
Yes.
So that qualifies Dr. Motiwala to be part of this discussion. So when an international patient reaches out, what is their biggest fear, and how do you build the trust before they board the flight?
We have, I think, developed systems now that there's no more fear for me at least. But initial years, there was a lot of apprehension. Because in those days, I'm talking about 18-20 years back, that's when we started. Unknowingly we tapped it, and then we found that this is a good flow, and then we worked on it. So when that thing happened almost 18 years, 20 years back, so there were fears of a lot of hepatitis patients used to come, HIV positive sometimes. And we were new in this field. It was not so developed then. So doing medical tests, and then their expectations were a bit on the higher side. So we evolved with time. So these were the apprehensions when they would come. What would be the medical condition? And would we be able to match their dream?
So how did you went about building that credibility in the mind of the patient so they were able to easily fly and get to your clinic? What did you do?
Yeah, I always have a habit of documenting right from the beginning of my PG days also. So we used to take before and after photographs. Being from maxillofacial surgery department, and I worked in Kidwai for a year. So there we used to do a lot of oral cancer patients doing their resection and then reconstruction. So as an enthusiast, we used to take a lot of photographs. So documenting was I was very comfortable with that. So this kind of documentation, and when the Google, we started tapping that, so the trust factor, for the trust factor patients need, in those days at least, the before after photographs, and then we used to take videos. So this kind of testimonials, all this would definitely enhance and allow the patient to trust you. Yeah.
So first thing is documentation, and in a layman language, jo dikhta hai wo bikhta hai.
Yes.
Right? Okay. So now, see, many Indian clinics now talk about concierge care. They provide visa assistance to wellness retreats. How important is this layer when it comes to dental tourism or international patient?
See, there are different aspects in that. One is helping them in getting visa. Another aspect is helping them in ticketing. Now, these two things are not totally in our control, and they can never be transparent, especially the ticketing part. So we have never taken initiative into this. But we have to help them in visa, and there have been so many changes in the last few years, wherein there was a period of COVID period was there. So during all these, there were transitions, and they were, firstly, visa was easily, patients could easily get visa. Then there was a difficulty. Then we had to try for medical visa. So all this, there are always variations happening. So we have a team who helps in getting the visa. The next part is making the journey from the airport to the hotel, clinic. All that has to be arranged. That has to be
I remember you mentioning about diet as well.
About
Specialized diet plan.
Yes.
Everything you do.
Yes. Of course, when we are doing full mouth dental implants, the patients can't chew food at all in the first 2 days. So first 2 or 3 days. So because we have corporate membership with a tie-up with hotels, so they give us a good package wherein they give some value-added services, wherein even the chef comes to the patient and asks, what would you like to have? And of course, they want pureed food, soft. So things like that is like value addition, and that patient appreciates.
Doctor, when it comes to dental tourism or overseas dental healthcare, there's a huge competition what we have with the countries like Thailand and Turkey. Okay, so how your clinic went about structuring the package? Those are transparent yet profitable.
In our initial years, when I started about, I was actually studying the pricing, and every geographical area would cater to nearby areas. For example, Americans would go to Mexico or Caribbean islands, and the Europeans would go to Eastern Europe, and the Australians, New Zealand, they would go to Singapore and Thailand. So we did some study in those days, and based on that we arrived at some pricing. And the most important thing which is actually different for my USP was that I was doing immediate loading implants. So I was finishing the treatment in those days in like 6-7 days, and that was a niche, and I could tap it then very well. Still able to.
Dr. Irfan, beyond the price, what gives India a sustainable edge in dental tourism according to you?
Sorry?
Beyond price, what India gives, you're representing completely India currently. Beyond the price, what gives India a sustainable edge in dental tourism according to you?
See, we are an English speaking population, and that is a great plus point. Otherwise, China would also jump into this, but soon they would. And that is one main thing. And we already have developed that trust factor, because our Indian doctors, who have always, the topper guys have always moved out, the Osmania and Gandhi guys. So they made a good impact there, and it helped us. And in India, basically the pricing and good quality, good English speaking, and very competent doctors, these three things are a main factor. But otherwise, if you search on, I did take some help from ChatGPT. So in that, we are actually, the world is not grading us as trustable though, compared to Turkey and Thailand, Singapore and Hungary. So this is, and also in branding. So somehow in trust factor and in branding, we seem to be weaker in this aspect. So eventually, I would say pricing and competent doctors and English speaking is helping us. And we should work on the other two.
How do you balance the aggressive marketing with ethical responsibility, especially when global patients can't easily verify the claims? So there's what I mean to say is that in a month I do get a lot of inquiries saying that we also wanted to get into dental tourism, medical tourism, and the stone throw away digital marketing company claims and they help them into the dental tourism. So in such scenario, how do a genuine practitioner go about building the ethics and trust to the end user? Or probably what are you doing in your practice?
It's
How people are trusting you?
Yeah, this is a slow process. There's no quick jump start into this. And see, dental tourism presently, I mean, I would say advertising, making your presence online has been changing all these years. Initially, there was just Google search, and you had to make a very simple, good, readable, and clear website. It just started with that, and there was no such thing like SEO. I mean, at least that's how I understood in those years, initial years. Then we understood that there's a thing like SEO, and then we started working on SEO. Then came social media. Then social media has come, now AI has come. And once the AI has come and also Google Ads has come, so now SEO looks like redundant to me. There was a discussion in the morning on that. So again, everybody is now getting kind of forced to spend on Google Ads and social media ads. So the kind of organic growth that I had got a good purchase on is now missing for the newcomers. So they have kind of, so I am still tapping that old thing, and now I'm working, basically all my patients nowadays are because of word of mouth. Because the other market is just ads, and that is too aggressive now.
What's your message for the young dentist who want to grab the global dental tourism opportunity? And there's nothing wrong, they should grab it. But what is your advice that how can they prepare to attract global patients? And they don't have patience and time to build the credibility. So what is your advice for them?
Gen Z. All right. See, there's no quick formula for anything. Firstly, one should really work on quality work, because that should not get compromised, and allow that to speak, and that takes some years. But when it starts speaking, it is multifold and it beats everything. This is what I would say.
So Dr. Irfan, this would be the second last question. Let's take time, and if you were to reimagine Indian dental ecosystem, ecosystem towards tourism, what are the missing elements today?
I was anticipating this. This is a very good question. See, you come across this term turkey teeth. So there are some nations who have become prominent, and they are showcasing themselves in a certain way, and maybe they are getting some state support, or how is it, and they have really managed to attract a lot of patients. And at certain time, the patients are confused whether they go for turkey teeth or they should come here. So they have made a good presence in this market. So what happens is, like, if we want to imagine India, again, India is a very big, diverse place. Let's imagine Hyderabad, and we have very good infrastructure. Everything is very nice, good educated population. So what we need is not one or two, but many providers, and real quality providers. Because what is happening is, every country today is becoming little nationalistic, patriotic, whatever. Like suppose you go to Australia, they are saying locally produced, and they try to sell that because everybody is understanding that if the money is rotating within their country, it is better. So that way, even the Australian dentist, American dentist, they are doing their best to try to find out any issues, any faults that we are doing, and they are taking up arms against us in different ways. They are also preparing for that. So from our side, if we want to maintain that trust factor, the credibility, so we have to not think of pricing. Pricing is not a problem. One should not lower the price and try to tap that market. What they want is good quality work. Once they go, it should be like, I got things done, I don't have to come back again. They should get that feel, we should get that feel, we have done that way, and without compromising. And this only will help us, all of us, and will bring in and allow us to tap that big market. And we all will have a big share in that.
So, on a lighter note, and Dr. Motiwala, can you tell about your expertise in 3 minutes of time? And with that, we will end the session. Why? Because why 70 to 90% of people travel abroad, means they don't come for price. I have seen, okay, so what they look into it, and what is your specialty, so that many of those people who don't know about you, they can know about it.
Being a maxillofacial surgeon, I had the option of doing practice of doing surgeries in other hospitals. But my father also had a dental clinic, so mornings I would be going there, and soon actually I realized that I was doing a lot of full mouth crowns and rehabs, and very soon in 2003, 4 and 5, a lot of implant companies were being aggressively marketing the products, and I picked them up, started off, and we used to get a lot of NRIs, and single piece implant in those days came up, but very few people were picking it up, and I started experimenting, and rather not experimenting, I just started off, and I loved that concept, and I worked on it, and because of that single piece implants, and what it means is you have to do the rehab right away. So in those days the lab support would not be so great. Now we have in-house lab, so we used to do the crown work, if it's full mouth, also within 5-6 days, doing trials and all that. So doing immediate loading, and because of this single piece implant and basal implants, and because of my surgical background, I used to do pterygoid implant and engage the palatal bone and basal bone, so I was not needing any sinus lift. So soon I captured a niche wherein patients who were being rejected or were being asked to go for bone grafting, I was kind of getting those kind of patients. So there was very less competition in that niche at that time. Now everybody is screaming on the Google, so it's a different scenario today. But so the main thing is that niche of doing immediate loading. And in those days I had also coined a term permanent teeth in 3 days, but I could not trademark it, and it became a very good popular search word. So soon I have started another word, smile in 3 days ZR, and since 12 to 14 years I'm doing zirconia bridges on full mouth implants, and since 8 years I'm doing monolith zirconia bridge. So again, that's a niche because patients are getting full arch zirconia bridges and on immediate implants without any bone grafting in 3 days.